Good evening. This is the March 12, 2026 caucus meeting at the YMCA Theater Room. Presiding officer of the council, Lady Tejeda, wishes to advise to the audience that notice of this meeting has been filed with the Home News Tribune, the Star Ledger, and posted on the bulletin board in the city clerk's office and on the city's website, indicating that today's meeting is being held in the YMCA Theater Room of the Public Safety Complex, 365 in Brunswick Avenue, at 5:30 p.m. 5:40. Right now it's 5:40 p.m. The council meeting will follow the caucus and the closed session. Council President Tejeda, as a courtesy of the governing body, I will ask all individuals present, including members of the audience, to please turn off all cell phones and electronic devices. If you need to make a telephone call, please go out into the hallway and speak in a low voice so as not to disturb everyone.
Councilwoman Cruz Batista. Present. Councilwoman Morales. Present. Councilwoman Peralta. Councilman Puccio.
Present.
Council President Tejeda.
Present. Ordinance, public hearing, 3 minutes maximum per speaker per ordinance. Okay, so all the ordinance for the public hearing will be carried to the next meeting because we need to the time that we that was you can't hear. They can't hear. This can be closer to it. So all the ordinances that have public hearing today, so 1 through 6, will be carried to the next meeting. They need to be advertised 7 days ahead of the second and fourth. So, number 1, an ordinance to amend an ordinance entitled Vehicles and Traffic, ordinance number 194-78, as amended adopted September 19, 1978, also known as chapter 414, of the code of the city of Perth. This is about loading. I know that the person who was requesting this was supposed to be here to present exactly what he wanted. Chief, was he coming for the loading zone?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, he's here.
Okay, so if you come to the mic and that way we can just
Can you step up there?
have the details of exactly what you want and what you need. I think you have to turn it on.
Es en top.
Requested a loading zone back in, I think it was like 6 months ago. I did it online, and for some reason.
Your name, I'm sorry.
The name of the business?
Your address.
Okay. It's 216 Hall Avenue, Perth, Amboy.
And your name?
Victor
Victor.
Amarante.
That's it. Everybody has to say their name, not their address for this thing.
The first time here.
Okay, go ahead.
So I requested a loading zone back about 6 months ago, and it's hard for us because it's on Hall Avenue, so there's a lot of traffic, a lot of people going in and out. So Hall Ave it is growing. So my restaurant, we've been operating for over about a year and a half. So thank God the business is growing, and so I have a couple of trucks, about 3 or 4 trucks. That is hard. They're big trucks. They're hard to double park. So so the police always give them the tickets, stuff like that, and that's what I'm trying to request a loading zone for. So some officer was there trying to measure everything at the front. So it wasn't 9 at the front, so they tried to do it on Portland. So I don't know what's the deal with this.
So on the Portland side, at what time more or less do you get deliveries?
In the afternoon.
In the afternoon?
Yeah, so there's a school right there, so it's a little hard. So they know to do it like after school over. So maybe 4 o'clock. So it's still, they never have parking.
Because you requested, from 7 to 5 p.m. That's what the application says, 7 to 5 p.m.
7 afternoon,
And
a.m. Oh,
That's the reason for the question.
oh, no, because it's impossible because we open at 12 o'clock. We are fast food restaurants. We open late.
so you don't need it from 7 a.m. to,
No, because we really open at 12.
so what is, I'm sorry, Councilman, so what are the hours that you would be requesting for the loading zone?
Well, usually delivery comes after 2 o'clock. So from 2 to 7 in the afternoon.
2 to 7?
PM.
Now, also, what size trucks do you usually have? Like the box trucks or?
It's a 20-foot. It's a 20-foot truck. So which is like really big.
Anybody else have any more questions? What are you
Usually I get meat trucks coming in. I get produce coming in, and I also get the general things, which is the blades and stuff like that, sodas, etc. So basically 3 trucks. May I have vehicle? Yeah, I have.
Not your car, I mean, like, you have a vehicle.
No, I don't have any. All I have is an independent contractor that comes in.
And you get delivery daily or?
I get deliveries on Mondays, and I get it on Tuesday and Thursday.
So you would be requesting it for what days, specific days only, or Monday to Friday? You don't need the
I mean,
weekends?
it depends because I have one company which they only deliver on Mondays and Wednesdays. Monday and Wednesdays. And I have other ones that comes on Thursdays. But sometimes when I run out of food, because we keep selling, thank God, we have to order today for tomorrow. So it really don't matter. It doesn't matter like which day it is. But, if our food ran out today, we order today, we get it tomorrow. Doesn't matter if it's a Friday or Saturday.
Anybody else?
How big is the standard loading zone? I guess it would be pretty cheap for
Okay.
Yeah,
But I wanna know-
they did measure, and the officer, they said that on Whole Avenue, they couldn't do it on Whole Ave, but they tried to do it on Portland. So we had plenty of space to do it on Portland on the other side.
And how many trucks do you usually get per day or per, whenever you get deliveries? You get
So usually I don't get no more than 2 a day. I don't get no more than 2.
at the same time or 2 separate times? Like,
Well, sometimes they come at the same time, sometimes it varies the time.
okay.
So this is, what we're talking about is like when your vendors bring you your stuff, whether
Yeah.
it's meat or vegetables or whatever you need. So they come, they deliver your stuff and they're gone. Right?
Well, like I said, we've grown through the years, so in the beginning it wasn't that much of a
So,
problem.
let me go back. So
Okay.
the question I'm asking, are they your trucks or the vendor's trucks?
Unfortunately, they're independent trucks.
Oh, so that's what I'm saying, when they come to bring your meat, they park, they disembark their stuff, and then when they're done, they leave.
When they out, yeah, they leave.
That's fine.
Well, where are they currently disembarking when they're there?
Well, that's the problem, because sometimes when they do it right next to the double parking in the business, it goes for cops. It's a busy street, we got 2 schools there, it's overcrowded, and the whole line is really growing. So they have to really go like 2 or 3 blocks away, so they're nowhere to park. You can't park on the far hydrant, you can't park, double park. So they go around, find parking, so they have to double park. So there's no way to find parking nowhere, so they have to double park. So it costs a cops on the street.
And you were requesting 20 feet? for the
I
loading zone?
think it was something like that. Yeah.
My concern is that the box truck, I mean, how big is an average box truck? Is it about within?
It's a 26 foot, but you need more to park. You can't park on the 26.
That's
So you
what I'm
need extra.
saying, is it 20 feet? And not because the box truck is bigger than 20 feet.
So 20, yeah, 26.
And it's over concerns with the fire hydrant that was there in that area.
Right, we're concerned about, blocking the fire hydrant.
The fire hydrant is on Portland, but the officer measured on the other side, so which is plenty space to truck to park there. So basically, I don't know how, he did measure, I wasn't there, but they're the ones I know. I just requested it, the local zone for last year.
Okay.
All right, let me see if I got this straight.
Okay.
So, I want my council needs to understand too, what I'm trying to get at. When they make a delivery on Monday, they come, they deliver whatever you need that day, and then they leave. So then the space would be vacant because there's no need to truck leave. It's not your truck. It's whatever company you're dealing with. You're talking about deliveries from your vendors.
Exactly.
That's what we need to know.
And also, I forgot to tell you, I have 2 deliveries, separate deliveries to food. So they also cannot find parking because, well, basically I do deliveries too sometimes in the beginning, and I used to get a lot of tickets, try to parking somewhere, trying to find parking. We have to find a way to deliver the stuff or to get in and out the restaurant. Because we do a lot of deliveries. That's not many of them want
You
deliveries.
don't do DoorDash or Uber Eats or
Yes, I do Uber Eats and DoorDash. Yes,
Oh, okay.
I do it. But they also get
But this
tickets.
is separate.
They don't have to go park. There's no way. I mean, if 216 Soul Avenue is really hard place to park.
What is the business operating hours? You said you start like around 12?
We used to open at 12. Now we raise it up at 1. So from 1 to 12 at night. So now we open at 1 p.m. We close at 12 p.m. at night.
The proposed loading zone on Cortland, Chief, is that on
the east side. The east side.
the east side? This side,
Where the
That's
fire
the east
hydrant?
side.
where the fire hydrant is?
That's the northeast side.
Good evening, Council. Lieutenant Medina is the one who did the actual measurements and so forth, but it's on Cortlandt Street. That would be the west side of the street, which would be the southbound traffic side.
Oh, so next to, what's going to be the Chinese restaurant? I don't even know
It would be the east side. It would be on the corner of the St. Louis establishments.
Where the fire hydrant is?
So it would be on the northeast side. That's where the fire hydrant is. So when you measure
Between that and the garage and the fire hydrant?
Approximately 30 feet.
Okay.
And what he requested was 20 feet, which is a picture eight plus the other side.
If I'm looking at the picture now. Okay.
Anybody else has a question? Okay, we got the information. We're gonna have the hearing the next time. We just needed the information from your side, so that's why we asked for you present, to kind of explain the situation. Our duty is to work with the business and also with the residents, so we have to keep that in mind. Okay, thank you. Number two, an ordinance of the city of Perth Amboy to amend an ordinance entitled an ordinance designating restricted parking spaces for use by handicapped persons. Ordinance number 380-85 and amendments adopted July 2nd, 1985, also known as Chapter 255AC of the Code of the City of Perth Amboy. This is about addition and deletions. Number two, an ordinance to amend an ordinance entitled Records. Ordinance number 621-92 adopted August 4th, 1992, as amended by ordinance number 2151-2024 adopted March 27, 2024, also known as Chapter 425C of the Code of the City of Perth Amboy. Number three, an ordinance of the City of Perth Amboy, County of Middlesex, New Jersey, authorizing the storm sewer easement with BP Perth Amboy 3 and J. Number four, ordinance of the City of Perth, of the City Council of the City of Perth Amboy, County of Middlesex, New Jersey, authorizing the dedication of certain portions of Riverview Drive, Sheridan Street, and Grand Street pursuant to NJSA 67. Number five, ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap at NJSA 4-45. Agenda, public comment, citizen may address the council on any matter on the agenda which does not have its own scheduled public hearing. Citizens shall be permitted to speak once for a maximum of 3 minutes. Reports. Number one, Jill A. Goldie, CFO Controller, submitted the following annual financial statement for the year 2025 in order. Ordinance, first reading, no public discussion. Number one, an ordinance of the City of Perth Amboy to amend an ordinance entitled an ordinance designating restricted parking spaces for use by handicapped persons. Ordinance number 380-85 and amendments adopted July 2nd, 1985, also known as Chapter 255C of the Code of the City of Perth Amboy. This is about addition and deletions. Number two, an ordinance of the City of Perth Amboy, County of Middlesex, approving certain amendments to the Focus 2020 redevelopment plan area 3, River Industrial pursuant to the local redevelopment and housing schedule. Resolution R-112-326, volunteer post mandatory background check reimbursement to Eric Magdalenos in the amount of $25.73.
Excuse me, Madam Clerk, we're going to be pulling 113. 113, we're going to pull.
Okay, so we'll be moving
Yes.
our, R-114-326, authorizing the City of Perth Amboy to submit an application to the Division of Food and Nutrition from the New Jersey Department of Agriculture for the 2026 Summer Food Service Program. R-115, authorizing settlement of workers' compensation litigation titled Aberna Chavahia versus City of Perth Amboy, number 2025-2513, in the total amount of $110,890. R-116-326, authorizing settlement of workers' compensation litigation titled Magalis Gonzalez versus the City of Perth Amboy, number 2023-32185, in the total amount of $100,035. R-117-326, authorizing settlement of workers' compensation litigation titled Raymond R.C. versus City of Perth Amboy, number 2023-27060, in the total amount of $64,000. versus the City of Perth Amboy number 2017-27528 in the total amount of $7,500. R119-326, authorizing settlement of workers' compensation litigation entitled Luis Cordro versus City of Perth Amboy. Police Department number 2025-5233 in the total amount of $7,500. R12326, authorizing settlement of workers' compensation litigation entitled Jessica de Jesus versus City of Perth Amboy, number 2023-3984 in the total amount of $62,586. R121-326, authorizing change order number 1 to the contract with Suburban Consulting Engineers, Inc. for professional land surveying, engineering, and environmental service associated with the Cumberry Boulevard Safety Improvement Survey, geotechnical, engineering, environmental permitting, bid phase, and construction support services in the amount not to exceed $20,950. R122-326, authorizing emergency temporary appropriation to extend the calendar year 2026 temporary budget in the amount of $30,000. R123-326, authorizing execution of an agreement with the County of Middlesex for the installation of a rectangular grouted flashing beacon at the intersection of New Brunswick Avenue, CR 6116 and East Street. R124-326, authorizing submission of an application to the U.S. Tennis Association, USTA, 2025 micro grant and acceptance of a $7,500 grant award. R125-326, authorizing execution of an interlocal services agreement with the County of Middlesex for public health services. R126-326, amending R-71-226, amending the operating budget for the Perth Amboy Business Improvement Corporation, Inc., Abbott, for 2026. R127-326, authorizing accumulated leave payout for Yamani Pacheco in the amount of $884.29, based on separation from services from January 30, 2026. R128-326, authorizing accumulated leave payout for Luis Dinardo in the amount of $6,943.06, based on the separation from services from February 1st, 2026. R129-326, approving a special permit for public entertainment to prepare a political program for the game of Perth Amboy to be held June 12, 13, and 14, 2026 at Woody Park. R130-326, approving a special permit for public entertainment to the United Dominicans of Perth Amboy to be held August 7, 8, and 9, 2026 at the Robert Portis and on First Street in Sandusky Park. R131-326, the City of Perth Amboy, County of Middlesex, New Jersey, expresses support for New Jersey Community United and the restoration of funding for the New Jersey Child Care Assistance Program.
Council President, just have a minor question. I guess this might be for Vicky. Is there a reason why not stating which departments are requesting resolutions as they used to? You know, at the end of the resolution.
The new format that Mr. Hill set up since Louise left, that doesn't tell us what departments are requesting what. I would guess Mr. Hill could add that. That's not a problem.
Not a problem. I can do that. I know that was something that Ms. Denard would normally do, but I can do that. No problem.
Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Service Issue Litigation for Abraham Chavia versus City of Amboy, Magali Gonzalez versus City of Amboy, Raymond Carson versus City of Amboy, Ruiz versus City of Amboy, Luis Corber versus City of Amboy, and Jessica Jesus versus City of Amboy. Is there anyone else that you want to add? Is item that is coming to request before the next week.
Why is it?
Oh, because she just explained the new program that
So,
they're using?
I'm gonna add that back, Councilman, but that was something that, Ms. Donato did on her own when she was, preparing them, so since she retired, but I'll add it back.
I got it. I just didn't hear the whole thing when.
No problem.
I got it.
The prior council president had requested that years ago, that the names of each requesting department be listed.
Anything else that you wanted to add to closed session? Anybody?
Litigation.
That, well, we
Lawsuits.
Is that just general litigation? Not workers' comp?
Second.
Councilwoman Batista?
Yes.
Councilwoman Morales?
Yes.
Councilor Puccio? Council President Tejeda?
Yes. Okay, public portion, 3 minutes maximum per speaker. I need a motion to open to the public.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Anyone? Seeing none, closing public portion. I need a motion.
Second.
All in favor? Against? Okay, I need a motion to go to closed session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Okay, we're going to closed session. We'll be back, adjourn this caucus meeting, and then come back to the. Okay, we're back from closed session. I need a motion to return.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? I need a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against?
See how I helped George? I helped him.
113.
And when 113 was removed,
Yes,
it
okay.
was removed. Anything else? Okay, so I need a motion for the consent agenda. R112, R114 through 26, through R120 through 26, and R131.
Second. Councilwoman Cruz Batista?
Yes.
Councilwoman Morales?
Yes.
Councilman Puccio? Council President Tejeda?
Yes. Okay, now we have R130 through 26, approving the special permit for public entertainment to the United Nations of Illinois to be held August 7, 8, and 9, 2026 at the Robert Williams Athletic Field on First Street, Sakowski. There's a Brigham Royce West.
We don't see that.
Second.
Councilwoman Cruz Batista?
Yes.
Councilwoman Morales?
Yes.
Councilman Puccio? Council President Tejeda?
I abstain. Public portion, 3 minutes maximum per speaker. I need a motion to open to the public who can speak on any matter that okay. I need a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? You're there? Okay, go ahead. Council President. Okay, so go. She's good.
It's done. It's done.
Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead. Tu nombre y tu dirección.
Inés Jiménez Pacheco, mi dirección es 196 Fayette Street.
Inés, Inés Pacheco, 169. 196 Fayette Street, Virginia.
Yo vengo hoy, lo que pasa es que yo estoy esperando, yo llevo más 4 años con el food truck de Vestaco, estoy esperando una solución porque supuestamente cuando yo fui al City Hall me dijeron que ya tenían, ya le habían dado el puesto a alguien y yo tengo 4 años con el food truck ahí.
I'm coming before you because I have the food truck, that's the one by Patton School, by Patton Park on Fayette Street, and I have my application in, and when I went, I had it for 4 years, and they told me that someone else has it now. Sí.
Di todo lo que tienes que decir.
Entonces, no sé ustedes qué solución me den, porque sinceramente yo creo que ustedes están sirviendo a la comunidad, entonces quisiera ver qué solución me den.
She comes before you because you are representing the city, and she wants to know what solution. Could I explain a little bit what she told me while you guys were in session? She had told me that she had gone for the put the application in with the city clerk's office in November, right? In December, and there was a problem with it. So she brought it back in enero, right? In January. And then when she left it there, and then she was turned down, and she was advised that somebody else got the application. She was told verbally, she hasn't received anything, that somebody else has the spot. But she had the spot for 4 years, and there had been a problem with her when she went in when she went in the time that's allotted to her. So that's why she's coming before you, because she doesn't know who got it, but she did say that she was told that she doesn't have it any longer.
Council President? Yeah. First of all, no one in my office said anybody got a permit for any peddler, okay? They have not been issued yet. We are waiting for the police department to approve or deny. So I don't know who she spoke to. We would never tell her that somebody else got it. I know for that one particular location, there were 2 applications filed. They're deemed on first come, first served, basis by ordinance. It now is up to the police department. I know there was somebody there, sorry.
Could I explain that to her?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Ella es la city clerk, la encargada, como yo le dije. Entonces ella dice que nadie en la oficina de usted le dijo que ya alguien lo tiene todavía. Que sí que habían 2 aplicaciones, pero están esperando, tienen que el policía y los policías hagan la decisión, y que es siempre, como usted sabía, que era quien trae la aplicación primero. Pero ya te la devolvieron.
No, la dejé en diciembre, pero me la devolvieron y la volví a llevar en enero.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that her claim is that she had gotten it on time,
Right.
but then there was a problem, and then when she brought it back, and then that may have been a problem if she was late. Pero usted no sabe que alguien lo tiene de verdad. She doesn't know that if anybody has it, you know. Sure. So
All of the applications are down at the police department, waiting for approval by the police department.
okay.
No decision has been made. I have not issued one permit yet.
What is it?
I haven't issued any permits yet, so and if someone told her from my office, that's incorrect.
Okay, si alguien en la oficina de ella le dijo que usted que ya alguien más va a tener la aplicación, eso es incorrecto, porque todavía ella están esperando que la policía haga la decisión. Y ellos son los que hacen la decisión final. Pero sí que es, tú sabes, quién llegó primero.
Excuse me,
Okay, thank you.
what's her name again?
Inés Jiménez.
Inés Pacheco.
What is the name of
196
her,
Reyes Street.
what's the name of her food truck?
De Best Taco.
I'm sorry?
De Best Taco.
And you've been there
The
for,
Best Taco.
she's been there 4 years.
4 years, yeah, she's always had it, yeah.
Okay.
For the past 4 years.
The best taco.
I'm gonna,
Where's it located?
no, they patent center.
It's actually on
Oh,
page
Penn Center.
Okay, yes.
Now, and to tell you, I'm not gonna tell her in Spanish, but, I received email from
Me, yes,
Penny and Teresa when Vicky was out. They were talking about the applications that are coming in, nothing had been determined, and her application is mentioned on those emails. Lo que me dieron decir es recibir un correo acerca de quienes han aplicado y está tu aplicación allí, pero no decisión hecha en ninguna de las aplicaciones. Okay?
That's why I had told her to wait for you
Right,
guys to
right.
speak to you, just to clarify.
Thank you, interpreter. Yes.
Good evening, council. As far as it being with the police department, there's a couple of processes that have to go on. The first thing is the background check on the individual themselves. Then it becomes for the vehicle or trailer or whatever they're using, that needs to be inspected, as well as the location. Especially if it's a new location or we're gonna have 2 vendors at the same location, we need to identify that. Obviously, with the snow, we're unable to survey any of the locations with the snow being there and so forth, as well as having them come in with their equipment and so forth. So that was pushed back a couple of weeks. So for the correspondence that I've seen, which has been probably about 2 days ago, the background checks have been done. The next is the vehicle checks themselves, or the trailers or whatever they have, the carts, whatever that may be. That also is done in coordination with the fire department because they do a fire inspection. So I did see that from the fire official back to our lieutenant in traffic to communicate about what vehicles he's got done already, and then what we have. So we normally that all get done first, and then we go ahead and inspect it. And when we inspect it, besides motor vehicle inspection, make sure it's a roadworthy vehicle, There are also dimensions that are in the ordinance. Can't be so big or so wide or anything, so that also gets measured heights, all of those things to make sure that it's compliant with the ordinance. And if it's not, or anything happens, then of course we would regurgitate that back, that everything seems to be fine, but the vehicle is too big, or it didn't pass this inspection, so we do taxi cabs and records and so forth. So that's the status that it's in right now. I hope that to be completed by next week, all of the vendors and so forth, now that we get the input from the fire department.
I do have a question. Do they have a certain amount in the, whatever the contract or agreement that they signed, are they told that there's a certain amount of years that they have, a specific certain amount of years that they have that spot and before it goes back out to bid by the city?
Absolutely not. The only two is the train station and the marina, which could be a multi-year contract.
Those are the only ones out for bid. These are not out for bid, these are just your,
They're
seasonal.
first come, first served, apply for whatever, and there is a limit as to how many vendors overall and then how many at specific locations.
So this location is first come, first served?
That's the way that I understand it, yes.
All of them are, there are no longer any grandfathered in, if you remember the gentleman on New Brunswick Avenue, the popular guy, that was the last one that was grandfathered in. He passed away and that spot's no longer, so there are no longer any, because there's a lot of talk going on about grandfathered in spots. There are no grandfathered in spots anymore.
Okay.
Strictly on first come, first served basis, and that's both mobile peddlers and stationary.
And understand spots is a point, when we say spots, that's the park itself. But now if we put this vehicle here and then next year if somebody else gets in that vehicle is another foot longer or 2 foot longer, it may not be that exact same location. We may have to go to a side street, we have to go to an alternate location based on whatever else may be going on in the neighborhood or the size of the vehicle and so forth. So when it's a spot for the park itself, and then our traffic safety people go out and make a recommendation for the best spot for it to be, and that's when we put that sign up that says fixed peddler and so forth. So it's not, doesn't necessarily have to be the exact same spot every year. It could be in that area, but.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Iris, did you tell her that? Iris? Okay. Did you tell her that, what you said, or do I need to translate? Okay. So, el chief lo que dijo fue que el proceso está caminando, se ha retrasado un poco por la nieve y tienen que hacerle, te tienen que chequear tu récord, chequear tu camión, que tenga las dimensiones que son necesarias y entonces después van a hacer, él dice que más o menos una semana o dos van a hacer la decisión. Okay? Anybody else? Seeing none, I need a motion to close public portion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Who's Batista?
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here. This is just to let you know that the Office of Economic and Community Development has opened up the applications again for the Hometown Heroes, and I know many veterans have been asking, and we're super grateful that it's opened up again. So if you were a veteran during that time and lived in Perth Amboy, if you are active, serving in the military, and your family as well, it's on the city website. The deadline to apply is March 20th. So please feel free to share along to a veteran that you know, as we appreciate your services and we appreciate our community for doing this amazing initiative. And then lastly, for resolution R131,
through this for so long, and I know we've gone back and forth. I'd have to look at the back up to see exactly what he's looking for, how many days in the week it would be.
Well, the ordinance, I have the ordinance right here. Okay. The ordinance right here. It talks about that the loading zone will be in operation from 7 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock at night, Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday, and Sundays and holidays, and cancel. In other words, I keep it parked there. So, you know, so the question is that this individual wants a loading zone, but according to the ordinance, it's between 7 AM and 5 PM. He wanted somewhere close to, into the night, because his business operates at 12 o'clock. But according to the ordinance, he wouldn't be able to have that, luxury, because it says 7 AM to 5 PM. And the ordinance right here. So, that's the first thing. The second thing is, you know, the only vehicles that can park in his loading zone are commercial vehicles and commercial plates. Each business gets 2 placards, so he would have to go and get 2 placards for the vehicle. Now, of course, you know, according to what he said to us, he has 3 delivery vehicles. So, if the delivery vehicles are personal vehicles, then they cannot park in those spots.
But I think when he came in, he said he only needed it from 2 to 7 PM.
Then we would
I mean,
have to-
it was written, the ordinance was like that, but when he came and he spoke, he said he only needs it from 2 to 7, correct?
For Mr. Opal, would we amend the ordinance special for him? This is the ordinance right here.
So, right now, the way it's drafted, that's the general provision for all loading zones. If the council wanted to, you could make, a specification for this, if you're going, if he only needs it from 2 for that specific window, you can put that condition on.
Right, but it does, the ordinance itself does not prohibit the part commercial vehicles there. You're right, like, so if his delivery vehicles are registered commercial vehicles, they can park 2.
Correct, with the individual permits, as you mentioned.
Right, because you only get 2 permits per spot, per ordinance.
Yes, sir.
So it would be up to us, more or less.
Yes, sir.
Okay, he also mentioned about his delivery guy, using it during that frame of time, and how can that work out for him?
There is a provision in the ordinance, I don't have it exactly here in front of me. I believe if the vehicles were to leave their flashers on, they can park for a maximum of 30 minutes, okay. For a non-commercial vehicle? Okay.
Non-commercial vehicle, 30 minutes.
Okay. So there are some provisions that allow for that short-term running and picking something up or dropping it off. The ordinance doesn't allow for that.
So I just want to understand, so we could specifically amend specifically for him from the hours of 2 to 7.
Right.
Well, he wouldn't know, just to be clear, in order to. So if we amended it for him, he would not be able to require for 2 PM.
No, he won't. Because of this sign will say loading zone from 2 to 7, correct?
Correct. At that point, it would be basically open parking. Anyone can park there, wouldn't be enforced. So if he happened to get there and the spot was open and he parked one of his vehicles there, he would be fine. But it would be after 2 o'clock is when it would be able to be enforced for others.
Anything else? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Number 2, an ordinance of the city of Perth Amboy to amend an ordinance entitled an ordinance designating restricted parking spaces for use by handicapped persons. Ordinance number 380-85, an amendment adopted July 2nd, 1985, also known as Chapter 255C of the Code of the City of Perth Amboy, and this is about addition and deletions. Number 3, an ordinance to amend an ordinance entitled Records. Ordinance number 621-92 adopted August NJSA 48:4-45.14. Number 7, an ordinance of the city of Perth Amboy to amend the ordinance designating restricted parking spaces for use by handicapped person, ordinance number 380-85, and amendments adopted July 2nd, 1985, also known as chapter 250 code of the city of Perth Amboy, and this is about addition and deletion. And number 8, we're going to carry to the first meeting of April, because it's now, hasn't passed the planning board, hasn't got to planning board yet, so that will be moving to, the hearing will be moving to the first meeting of April. Agenda, public comments. Citizen may address the council on any matter on the agenda which does not have its own scheduled public hearing. Citizens shall be permitted to speak once for a maximum of 3 minutes. Bids. Bids were received on February 5th, 2026 for the following: 2023 Safe Routes to Transit Market Street improvements. A. Z Brothers Concrete Contractors, Inc. The base bid is $296,238.25. Additional Alt A is $196,548.55, with a total of $492,786.80. B. Berto Construction, Inc. Base bid was $298,741.05. Additional Alt A, $173,927. Total of $472,668.05. C. Seacoast Construction, Inc. Base bid, $298,865.63. Additional Alt A, $174,565.20, for a total of $473,430.83. D. Your Way Construction, Inc. Base bid, $235,737.68. Additional Alt A for $166,114.85, for a total of $341,852.53. Bids were received on March 3rd, 2026 for the following: Raritan Riverfront Park improvement. Okay.
Where is Riverfront Park?
I'm sorry?
The Riverfront Park project is intended to be at the foot of the Victory Bridge to the east, right on the Ram River.
All right, while you're standing there, I got a question for you.
I can try to answer.
I thought you were
No.
You might be thinking of a open space project as part of the
All right,
warehouse project on the other side of the Victory Bridge.
the other side.
In addition, across Riverview Drive, there will also be about a 9-acre open space, part of
Right,
another
that's what I'm
redevelopment
talking
project.
about, so this has nothing to do with that.
Yes.
Oh, okay, so we're talking about where everybody goes fishing right now.
Yes.
Exactly, yeah.
I just wanted to make sure. All right. Well, while you're there, I'm looking at these, right? So what's the deal with, Downs Tree Service?
The what?
That's just the company that bids. All right, never mind. I got it. Yep. This
Jill A. Goldie, CFO Controller, submitted the following: investment report for the month of February 2026. Check register report for the month of February 2026 in the total amount of $19,399,372.90. Number two, Colin Borcheski, tax collector, submitted the report of collection for the month of February 2026. Ordinance, first reading, no public discussion. Number one, an ordinance of the city of Perth Amboy to amend an ordinance entitled an ordinance designating restricted parking spaces for use by handicapped persons. Ordinance number 380-85, an amendment adopted July 2nd, 1985, also known as Chapter 255C of the Code of the City of Perth Amboy, and this is about additions. Resolutions. R-133-326, authorizing execution of the amended architectural services agreement with Dennis Farrell Architects for architectural and interior design services for the library lower level renovation project in an amount not to exceed $423,000. R-134-326, authorizing the proper city officials to apply for the 2026
our check that we've been waiting for 20 years? You're gonna answer that? Are we gonna wait another 18 months? Because Kushner hasn't paid taxes, or no one has paid taxes to the city on that property for 20 years. 20 years. He's got a thing to buy that property from Area 206, 207, somewhere around here, that has not paid $1 in taxes for the police station, the fire department, or anything else like that. So I just opened that, unless you like it. So that, nobody collected a penny of taxes. Now, if he hasn't given us the check, he says 18 more months that he isn't gonna do nothing. So we're gonna wait another 18 months. We've made the property worth more by taking tanks out and using government money to take the tanks out, whether that was federal or that was state money, to remove tanks on the city property. So you made the value of that property, which was valued at 4.6 or 5 million or whatever in 2006, and you tell me property has not gone up in 20-some years after you have made improvements? Deer headlights. So you can get an answer whether we're going to get the check recently, or did the lawyer have time to do his job? He said he didn't have time to sit together.
I think he gave you the answer last time you were here.
They didn't have time to sit together, so we're going to wait 18 months? He hasn't paid a penny on taxes for that money. For 20 years, we've held a piece of property, 20-some years, and nobody's paid taxes when he had an option to buy. You tell me that's common sense? That's incompetency. For 20-some years. And don't go back to, like somebody said in the back, that was me. I tried to dump that property and give us another builder. Fernando Gonzalez and I did. And I'm on record saying it how many times that we wanted to get rid of them. But you guys want to keep them because either McGreevy, McCabe, and that whole group that loves them. Now it's just amazing now today, the assembly president law firm has a lawsuit against him for a family leave or something like that. So our assembly president maybe he's not even following the rules that he passes. Now, anybody, I hope you, Mr. Fuccio, I hope you read this lawsuit in closed session to know what's on here. Because there's a lot more than coming about this than saying about the insurance.
Anybody else?
Hello, my name's Zach Gonzalez. I live in 177 Market Street. And this weekend I was kind of happy because I seen like downtown area, they had 4 pairs of policemen walking up and down Swiss Street and telling people to park their cars there. And it's been a long time since I've seen that president, walking around. And maybe, hope they keep that. It's a good president to see officers walking around. And on the other side is, I want to talk about, before we used to have cars that were making popping noise and loud. Now, you got cars that have no converter, no mufflers, straight pipes, and they just running right down Market Street, Madison Avenue, full blast. It was an Englishtown racetrack. This is all evening long, especially from Thursday to Sunday. Something bad's gonna happen. I don't know if they're aware of it or whatever, but it's getting bad. You cross the street now, you gotta look 2 or 3 times. And they specifically, what they do is they wait and hang around till that light turns red, so they can have all the room to go down the road speeding like 60, 70 miles an hour. My concern is, I just hate to see somebody in this town get killed or hurt. I'm just making these guys aware of it. Thank you very much.
What was the street, I'm sorry?
Madison Avenue and Market Street. They can't do it down Smith Street because there's too much traffic. Especially Madison Avenue and Market Street. It's just like a racetrack. Okay, thank you.
Anyone else?
Catherine Maspos, 180 Market Street. I just want to talk about garbage. Since you guys got rid of all the garbage cans, there's more garbage. It's just, you know, living next to a store, they just throw it on the ground. And I don't think getting rid of the garbage cans is a solution to this problem. I mean, can't you guys put cameras up there and put a fine to people that are dumping? I know they dump in these garbage cans, but without the garbage cans, the people have no place to put garbage when they're from the store, and they just throw it on the street, and we have to clean it up. So just want to know, and the planters, we get pictures, and the planters, and just a big mess.
The garbage part is not being replaced, and Mr. Nieves is over there, because people, I think we're just waiting for them to.
Felix, 540 Colgate Avenue.
I'm sorry, let him.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that.
That's okay, you can wait right there.
Good evening, Council. Matthew Nieves, Director of Public Works. In one of the last prior meetings, this was also brought up. We did an evaluation. A lot of the cans that were removed were the ones that were being abused. And that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Felix from 540 Colgate. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll just ask you right now, I'm telling you guys that I have a petition here for Lee Street all the way to Florida Grove on Brunswick. Every night, they're racing, every night I call. The petition, I tell all the people, and they say, oh, you waste your time, they don't do nothing in the City Hall, nothing at all. My thing is, I have a month recording of these cars racing every night, and I'm talking about every night for the past 2 months. I got 2 months of recording, and you can hear the sounds on my cameras. I got 2 very good cameras. And somebody's gonna get hurt. And this happens all from 3 in the afternoon, all the way to 2:30 in the morning. McDonald's is their spot where they hang out at nighttime. And it's getting so bad. I mean, at first, it was like maybe 4 or 5 cars. Now we're talking about 20 cars, all different kind of sports cars. These are all modified mufflers that we're dealing with. We're not dealing with stock mufflers. The law states that you're not supposed to have modified mufflers. You're supposed to get a summons for that. But like I said, this gentleman here is 110%. I see it, I got a camera, I got video, and I got audio. Something's gotta be done. This is, I call them, they come over there, the cops come by, police officers by the time they come, they're gone. An hour later, they're back again and they're shooting. I mean, really, really bad. And we're talking about New Brunswick Avenue, where there's a park where kids cross to McDonald's, and God forbid, one of these maniacs comes 60 miles an hour, they're not gonna stop on time for that kid crossing that street. And we had last year, we had 2 little kids, 2 little girls got hit by a car, which is not racing, you know, but still, something's gotta be done, seriously. Somebody's gonna lose a kid this year, and I guarantee you that. And I see it with my own eyes every day. I have it on video, and I have petitions on this. Something's gotta be done, seriously. I haven't been here for a while, because I got my own issues in my life, but I can't protect every kid. You know, I'm a father, grandfather, and I cannot protect these kids from these maniacs driving down Brunswick Avenue really, really bad. I've been talking to Captain Turan on this. He's been with me, working on it, but it's too much. It's too much for him. You know, I can't put the burden on him only. You know what I'm saying? But something's gonna be done. Please.
Thank you.
All right. Council President, I'm sorry. Chief Catano, my question is, I do kind of agree because I myself do hear regarding the loud mufflers. I do hear it all around town, and I know you put a campaign out there, I think just recently, last year, with the loud mufflers and engines and all that. What are you doing to enforce this and you know, stop this from happening? This also with the racing, I do see that.
Yes, ma'am. We'll go over a couple topics. One is the campaign that you spoke about, we're going to be re-enabling that this year, because we also have the e-bike issue, which we have to talk about, which is another one that we certainly have to get out there. So I've already spoken to the chief of staff on that, and we are going to be putting out that campaign again, and go that out there with the social media and so forth. The officers are out there, the officers are enforcing. As far as the speeding, we've spoken about that, we've gone over that numerous times in that location and so forth. These mufflers may sound loud, but the vehicles may not necessarily drive that quickly. As you can hear, especially if they're manual vehicles, they're in a lower gear, and they're revving the engines and so forth, they may be much louder than the actual speed they are attaining. I know the gentleman was going to go into the county, because that is a county road, and I'm not sure how he made out with that, with the trying to lower the speed limit there and so forth. I don't know how that is, but again, as he says, it's constant, but then when he calls the officers, they're gone. So the officers were posted there several evenings, and they did intercept one vehicle that had done that. I will check with the captain and see what the actual deployment he's got going on there now. He's away on union visits this week, but I will speak with him, and we'll, again, deploy officers out into that area there for the reports that we have from this individual.
And also last meeting, we approved blinking light, the yellow light at the McDonald's, that crossing area. That is, it was done by the county, but it was approved last meeting to be put in there. I think whenever they go across, they can press the button and it will kind of, the yellow light flash. I mean, I don't know how much they're gonna pay attention to that, but it's gonna happen. So, we're trying to do certain different things just to help out the community on that level.
Absolutely, that's something we've been looking to do for a while there for that light. There was 3 different areas around town that we were doing things with the county that was sent over. Thank you for that, and we'll follow up with them and find out where that is. Also, when he was speaking about the individual that was struck by a vehicle, that was not related to speeding or anything else. It was
And I think
other
the
things that
gentleman
occurred there.
mentioned that. He stated.
Yes.
So, I know in the past, you had police officers stationed in that area running by. Are we still doing that? Just for clarity, because I don't want people to feel as though we're not trying to address this issue.
Oh, absolutely not. They are still there. We still have that same program in place, and they are still checking the area and so forth and enforcing when they get there. We had for 1 week solid straight assigned officers there, and that's when they came up with 1 instance of that from 10 at night until 3. That was a couple months back. But they are all advised of that. They re-advised it again, but we are still, of course, in that area and are monitoring and patrolling of that area.
Yeah, and I think because it's getting warmer,
Yes.
I think it would be nice to do that report again, the one that you presented to us during November and that time, to see more or less the activity during the hours that you mentioned.
Yes.
It would be nice.
Also, as far as enforcing, speeding and the loud mufflers, is there a way you can give us, a number of summonses that you handed out to people that are, violating the law, just so that way we get an idea how authorized are really enforcing this law that is implemented?
We can work on that with the court. We have to get that information from the court, because summonses are written for the court, but we can get that information to see exactly what's out there and what has been.
Yeah, we really need to enforce that loud muffler, because I can hear it myself right outside my house.
I hear it in my house too. I hear it in Converville. I hear it out on 440. I hear it in Woodbridge. I hear it on Turnpike. It is, it is something that I guess people think is something to do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Rosemary Navarro, 556 Johnstone, also affiliated with 735 New Brunswick Avenue. For my neighbor over there, nice to meet you. I've also had some problems with New Brunswick Avenue in the past, although the property address. Oh, well, I did want him to know as well, so I'll face them, but I'm still letting you know as well when speaking. I did want to note that I have been in discussions with the city in the past regarding New Brunswick Avenue, particularly the section between Florida Grove and Conway Boulevard. It is true, New Brunswick Avenue is a county road. It's County Road 616. In the past, I've made 2 requests to the city. Number 1, for some type of traffic study. Does not have to be a road safety audit. Does not have to be an RSA. or really any type of study that can be done in conjunction to NJTPA as well as the county, as well as a reduction of the speed from 30 miles an hour to 25 miles an hour. I've had this discussion directly with the County Commissioner, Charles Kenny, separately as a transportation professional, since I'm also within the industry as well. The request has to come from the city, in which it did. I did speak to Lizette LeBron of the city. She had noted that in December there was email correspondence to the county. I want to go on record asking if there has been an update. I don't think that she's in the room right now, but I do want an update on that. The concerns of New Brunswick Avenue stem from both speeding, noise, distracted driving. I myself, as well as several other people I know, have gotten into car accidents within this area of New Brunswick Avenue. So I just want an update to see 30 miles down to 25, if there has been an update, since the city has to contact the county and make that request themselves. Okay. Aside from that, in terms of general concerns, I just want to understand to what degree is the city tackling the parking all the way well into the yellow line at corners that take away from sight triangles. I myself constantly have to inch my way out extremely into the intersection to be able to make any turns, and have had plenty of near misses. On top of that, not only are there near misses, but I've also talked to individuals who've gotten into car accidents this way and were fully made to be, not fully, but essentially took the brunt of the fault of the accident, despite there being cars that impeded their line of sight. And in some cases, or most cases, perhaps all, the cars that were improperly parked were never even ticketed, which was crazy. To imagine that they added to the car accident and yet nothing was done to them. So I just want to understand what the city's doing about that. Thank you.
Certainly receive more complaints about summonses issued than not issued. I get it pretty regularly that there's been a whole lot of enforcement out there and there's nowhere to park. Why are we giving so many tickets on yellow curves and so forth? Although I understand this is an issue citywide, but we certainly get more of a complaint about that. Not being able to find anywhere to park and that we're giving too many signs. So we definitely are getting both sides of the point. I understand it. We know we're a packed city. We know that. We know when we grew up, there was 1 or 2 cars per household. Now there's a whole lot more, and obviously the population is higher, so that is what we're dealing with. So, unfortunately, it's a catch-22 which way we want to do it. If we issue every single yellow line and summons and so forth, I'm sure there's going to be a whole lot more people coming up here talking about that.
My concern with that, with parking close to the curb, is the potential for an accident and people getting hurt. That's, so between summonses or someone getting hurt with a potential accident. So, what are we weighing here?
Well, they are getting summonses. That's what I'm getting complaints about, because they are getting summonses. I'm not saying that every single car, of course, I'm not saying that every single car out there is getting one, but they are getting summonses, and we are getting regular complaints about that too. That there's nowhere else to park. What do you want me to do? Where else am I going to park? That's what.
I have to say that I have seen the ticket from the
In addition to enforcement, Tashi Vasquez, good evening, council members. In addition to enforcement, the Office of Economic and Community Development, along with our planner and outside agencies, are looking at other answers to corner parking, not just for ticketing purposes, but more so to increase the safety, shorten the distance of a crosswalk. So we are looking at bump outs on corners, painting corners to discourage the parking on the corners. So we're looking, there's a pilot program that's going to be launching in the Whole Avenue neighborhood at first. These are, they're costs.
burdensome, right? So we're looking at other agencies to step in. We're working with NJTA right now to do a pilot program, like I mentioned, on Myrtle Avenue. We also have additional bump outs and conversations happening with the county for Smith and possibly Market. So there are things happening, but all the bump outs, if you do permitted fixtures, it affects DPW, it affects public safety. So we have to do it incrementally, we have to do it safely and smart planning. So we are in that process, and there will be updates coming soon. Thank you.
Good evening. William Kersenberger, Principal Planner for the City. Just wanted to take a moment to offer my full-throated endorsement for the appointments of Chelsea Cowell and William Schultz to the city's Green Team. Just to take a few moments to share some details about each of these individuals. Chelsea is one of the most prolific volunteers that this city has perhaps ever seen. Her commitment to the Green Team is absolutely unquestionable. She volunteers here at the YMCA, our Office of Aging, our public library, among many, many other places. William Schultz is an undeniable subject matter expert. He's been involved with public safety here for the past 50 years. Very knowledgeable about our local ecosystem as the Raritan Riverkeeper, and was one of the founding members of the Green Team back, I think, in 2015 or so. And so the commitment of these individuals, absolutely unquestionable. They're out almost every Clean Communities cleanup. They're at every meeting that I've been orchestrating as the facilitator of the Green Team. And I would urge you to advance both of their appointments, as they're tremendous assets to the city.
I have attended over 2 years of meetings, almost every meeting for the Green Team. It's very important to me. I have a master's degree in biomedical engineering, so in that engineering aspect, I've always been, curious. Looking at people. I'm very dedicated to the city. I think I went to all of the master plan workshops, and I love sharing ideas. I love, taking, not only having ideas, but transforming that into reality. I also love the cleanups. I've been going to cleanups for over 3 years now, and it's one of the greatest things that I just absolutely love it. I love going around and it hurts me to see streets that aren't cleaned up, and it's amazing to see the teens and the youth come to our cleanups. I want to really get the youth of Perth involved. I also attend civic trust meetings at the county college, and I also love that because they have a lot of different ideas. And there's also a lot of overlap between the civic trust and the Green Team. And I'll leave it on this. As part of going to the Green Team meetings, I'm very aware of Sustainable New Jersey. I went to the conference as part of the Green Team last year, and it was absolutely amazing getting an opportunity to see other people from all over New Jersey, and people who are really interested in green infrastructure and making a difference. And, there was this company that was really interesting that had solar panels on the water, and it was just like ideas like this, and taking them and hopefully helping for that way and get involved with some of these things. I researched the certification as well, and I know that we can't get the silver certification for this year because I think they turned it off for like 8 years, so they could work on that. But I definitely aim to help the Green Team achieve silver, and the reason why that's important is because in order to achieve silver, the silver medal, we have to work
to second that as well. Your contribution to the city, your passion, never stop that passion, Chelsea.
I agree. I love your dedication and your passion for the city. I wish we had more of you throughout the city. You are definitely an inspiration to myself and a lot of people. I don't know how you do it, but I look at your credentials and it's a long list. I'm very proud of you and very amazed on the things that you do and accomplish. Thank you.
Yes.
Councilwoman Morales?
Yes.
Councilwoman Peralta?
Yes.
Councilman Puccio? Council President Tejeda?
Yes. Agenda, public comments. Citizen may address the council on any matter on the agenda which does not have its own scheduled public hearing. Citizens shall be permitted to speak once for a maximum of 3 minutes. I need a motion to open to the public for agenda item number 1.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Anything on the agenda? State your name and your address.
My name is Hector Gonzalez, 177 Market Street. I'd like to ask some more information about the Market Street improvement, please.
Which number is that?
That resolution authorizes the award of $296,238.25 contract to Z Brothers Concrete Contractors for the NJDOT funded Market Street Improvements Project after the lowest bidder withdrew due to a documented calculation error with the awarded based on the next lowest responsive and responsible bid.
But this improvement is gonna be built by those bridges that got Market Streets that are falling apart or somewhere else.
Say it again.
This improvements are gonna be the Market Street bridges by the train stations, or is it gonna be something else?
Specific location, I'm not sure. So the work is on Market Street between Goodman Street and Madison Avenue.
Goodman Street, okay, because I was just concerned because, by the train station, the bridges that they have there, they've been closed off for about 5 years. On one side of the bridge, you gotta walk on the street, inside the barrier that they put up. Is that gonna be part of the project?
Not that specific project, but it is on our radar and it's being process.
Thank you.
We've had recent conversations, the city's had recent conversations with you during the training. The city's had recent discussions with New Jersey Transit related to that bridge. There's a project that's in the works and it's still being finalized.
This is coming from hazardous. A lot of people do walk where the cage areas at, and you can see that concrete and whatever that area is, so you can see the tracks underneath it. So let's just concern with that.
Anybody else on the agenda item? Seeing none, I need a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? And bids. Bids were received on February 5th, 2026 for the route 2023 safe routes to transit. Market Street improvement. A,
Yes.
Councilwoman Morales?
Yes.
Councilwoman Peralta?
Yes.
Councilman Puccio?
Yes.
Council President Torrado?
Look over the resolution.
I'd like to pull R 149 dash 186.
Anything else?
Okay.
So I need a motion to send agenda on 133, 26 through part 148, 326, part 153, 26. That's the consent agenda motion.
Second.
Councilwoman Batista?
Yes.
Councilwoman Morales?
Yes.
Councilwoman Peralta?
Yes.
Councilman Puccio?
Yes.
Council President Torrado?
Yes. R 149, 326, authorized with an application for a grant from the council of access in the amount of $23,746 for the Perth Amboy Municipal Alliance Grant Agreement for the fiscal year cycle 2027, which will be beginning July 1st, 2026, and end June 30th, 2027, and rescinding R 882.
Second.
Councilwoman Cruz Batista?
Yes.
Councilwoman Morales?
Yes.
Councilwoman Peralta? I'd like to abstain. Councilman Puccio? Council President Torrado?
Yes. Question, I need a motion to open to the public. 3 minutes maximum per speaker, and this is on any matter.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Anyone? Seeing none? Okay, there's a question? No? Seeing none, I need a motion to close public portion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Okay, council comments. Councilwoman Cruz Batista.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for those who are here and for joining us. Welcome to the Green Team, and as we said earlier, I think the council all echoes that we're just grateful and appreciative of all that you do, and I can't even keep up with the amount of volunteer work you do, Chelsea. So once again, welcome. I know that you'll continue doing amazing things for the city. And I also just wanted to make a comment regarding the Trufton Park Inclusive Playground. I'm just excited and with the direction we're headed, and I can't wait to see it come into fruition. And for the upcoming days, as always, please look at the City of Amboy website. There is on next Tuesday, the Thomas Mundy Peterson Day commemoration at 11 a.m. Next Tuesday at 277 Madison Avenue. And then next Saturday, the 4th, the Greek flag raising for the Independence Day at 12:30 at the International Park. And that brings us to Easter, Resurrection Day. I wish that you all have an amazing weekend with your family, and for the students who are off, and the teachers and all the staff, may you enjoy that spring break as well, and have a good evening.
Not much to say. Thank you, everyone that's here tonight to participate. Just also want to thank Ms. Chelsea once again for your continued dedication and your hard work. Just continue working, and you're always doing great. Thank you so much for all you do. And also just, I think this weekend is the 5th annual Women's History Month. I believe it's going to be at the library. And before the next meeting, we will be celebrating Easter, and happy Easter to everyone who is celebrating. God bless everyone. Thank you.
fortunate to have this city. That said, I also would like to, there's an employee of the city right now who is he's very ill. And if everybody could keep her in their thoughts and prayers, I mean, I can't say who she is, but let's just say that she's worked for the city for quite a while. And she worked in the building on Jefferson. She is pretty good. She needs our thoughts and prayers. So with that said, congratulations, Chelsea. You are everywhere. You know, you have a lot of energy. You know, 30, 40 years from now, you're going to be in Mr. Schultz's spot. You know, Billy, you've been part of the fabric of the city since 50 years. You know, your years as a firefighter, you know, being the river keeper. I mean, not everybody is cut out to do what you do, and you do an outstanding job. Both of them. That's it. Again, shout out to the 4 ladies on the board. And for those who celebrate Easter, happy Easter. And for those of you who celebrate Passover, happy Passover. And I think that's good.
I just wanted mention, we recently had Black History Art Celebration in the Art Center. It was a well-attended event. I had the privilege to be able to attend, and it was a beautiful celebration. I thank everyone who had something to do putting that together. And just like they mentioned, all the activities that are coming up, please try to attend at least 1 or 2. We always learn new things, and we also kind of learn from each other. And it's a beautiful thing. We have such a diverse community that it's always nice to celebrate together, celebrate each other's success and everything that our community has. I also want to say thank you for Chelsea and William for everything you do, and I'm glad that you continue to be part of the team. And just like that, there's some others opportunities for others to volunteer. I urge the community to become part of the volunteering part because it's our community, and we want to keep our community clean. We want to keep our community healthy and work in whatever capacity we can help. We're here, we always will. So thank you. Happy Easter for those who celebrate, or whatever you celebrate during this time. Enjoy it with your family, with your friends, and the great meals that we are celebrating. And for those students and teachers that are going to be spring break, enjoy it safely. And with that, I say thank you for being here.
I got one thing. I have to give a shout out to our city clerk. You know, she's part of, when we just do my team, she does an outstanding job along with her whole staff, also, the women that work in her office.
Yes, definitely.
I didn't want, forget her.
And Council President, I didn't want to forget William Schultz as well. Wanted to make sure that I say, yes.
So, I need a motion to adjourn.
Second.